Walter leads them up to the line. We race. Good start by Marcus Sata. There is the Norwegian on the infield. Goes through into position 2 as we lose 2, 3, 4 karts into the first corner. No problem for Walter, who leads from Stolchamanas. Carnage further back at the exit of turn 2. Sata has taken advantage. He's gone up into 3rd place. Olivieri coming together with Miroslav Mikes and Dino Struescu. Fiorentino, the Brazilian, also involved in that running wide. We believe the CRG driver has been able to rejoin, but a long way down the field. What a disappointment for Miroslav Mikes in the MS kart. As we look at Walter under pressure now from Stolchamanas. The Tony kart versus the Energy kart. There is Marcus in position 3 for Ward Racing. The Norwegian trying to go up into 2nd place. As they come across the line, the yellow flag is flying. No one will be passing into that part of the circuit as the track is now cleared and we race back green. Walter, the Great Dane, under pressure from Thomas, the Latvian. There is Marcus in position 3. Guillaume Butza dives down the inside, the Luxembourgish driver in the 2nd Koski Motorsport kart. What a move from Guillaume to go up into position 3. Alexander Bogunovic follows him through. That is Joel Bergström. Here comes the Swede for the Spanish DPK racing team. Has struggled all week, got it together with a strong run in his final heat. And boy, is he quick here this afternoon. William Go makes his move on Maximilian Popov in another Koski Motorsport kart, which also runs in 1st and 3rd place. Sata back down the inside. Retakes the place away from Bogunovic. Bergström right there as well. So it is Walter from Stolchamanas. Butza, Sata, Bogunovic, Bergström, William Go now. Going through is the Filipino. Came from the 6th row of the grid, 203 in the 2nd Energy kart, the first of which is 201, running in position 2. Walter trying to build some distance. There is Marcus Sata going through. The talented young Norwegian. We go back to 2015 when his countryman Dennis Hauger, who lines up for his 2nd season in the FIA Formula 2 Championship. This year with MP Motorsport, Dennis, also from Norway. He won this race in 2015. Marcus trying to write his name into history as well. The Norwegian for the Swedish Ward Racing team in the 206 Tony kart across the line in position 4 ahead of the Slovenian Bogunovic. The Filipino William Go in the 2nd Energy kart. There are 2 karts from Bergamo inside the top 6. Thomas looks over his shoulder back to Butza. Wow, does he look quick. Guillaume Butza, the 2nd entry from Koski Motorsport. Trying to go 1-2. The TM-powered Energy, it's quick in the middle part of the circuit. The Koski Motorsport Tony kart, it's quick everywhere. Guillaume Butza, here's an opportunity into the hairpin. Too far back. Maximilian Popov does the fastest middle sector as his teammates now go 1-2. Butza dives down the inside. And Jan Koski's motorsport team using Vortex powered engines, tuned by One Engines. They now go 1-2, and their teammate Popov in P7 has done purple sectors in every part of the track. There is the boy from Sochi in the background trying to take it. Indeed now does go by the Filipino William Go. Koski Motorsport, they've got 3 karts inside the top 6. There's the energy of Stolchamanas. Marcus Sata still superb, fighting with the Slovenian Alexander Bogunovic for DPK Racing in the Miami-powered Kart Republic. Off the start, we lost Filippo Fiorentino. We lost the Czech Miroslav Mikes, who was so impressive in the MS kart, the Czech driver. And Olivieri also was out at the very first corner. Ronnie Stefani also involved in that incident, but was able to keep on going. He's now the top CRG after the retirement of his Brazilian teammate. Fiorentino in 222 retires. 221 is Ronnie Stefani, new recruit for the CRG racing team, running just outside the top 10 behind the two Germans, Finn Wabelhaus and Philip Salzman. Head of Michaelidis, Dupe, Kuklane, Yamaoka, Conrad Lavol and Dino Struescu. Our final pre-final of the morning for OK. Approaching half race distance, the Koski Motorsport karts. There's 0.8 of a second between them. That's Marcus Sata, head of Alexander Bogunovic. Maximilian Popov, the third Koski Motorsport Vortex-powered Tony kart, inside the top 6. Stoltemanis, WSK Open Cup champion, 2022 in position 3. Nothing between Butsar from Luxembourg and Stoltemanis from Latvia in this part of the circuit. Here's Joel Bergstrom in the background on the podium in the WSK Open Cup in 2022. The Swedish driver living here in Italy, not too far from this, the Desenzano circuit. Now racing with the Swedish DPK racing team in the Kart Republic. Joel Bergstrom from Peterinsferie comes down the hill in P8 behind William Go, the second energy kart, head of Maximilian Kahan. He's now the top Czech after the retirement of his countryman Miroslav Mikes. We've also lost Dinos Peruescu. The Romanian is also out. Fastest lap of the race now, 47.008 for Maximilian Popov, 3 Koski Motorsport. 1 engines tuned, Vortex-powered Tony karts inside the top 5. What a performance for Jan Koski's team. David Walter, the Great Dane, position 1. Back to Butsar, who's still being hounded by Stoltemanis. And Popov now up into P5. So the Tony karts are in fact 1st, 2nd, 4th and 5th. Only split by the energy kart of Thomas Stoltemanis. Great performance from young Marcus Sata in the background. The Norwegian in P4 after that great start took advantage of the incident which eliminated Olivieri, Mikes and Fiorentino. Running in P4, he's got the speed. In fact, Marcus Sata has just done a purple sector of 47.013, so virtually identical times. Mark Vier in the previous pre-final actually went into the 46s with a 46.9. So we'll see if any of the drivers on your screen in our final pre-final of the morning can break under the 47-second bracket. Stoltemanis down the inside, and the Latvian goes back to position 2. Nicely done by Thomas, back into 2nd place. The Koski Motorsport Tony karts now 1st, 3rd and 5th. Marcus Sata saw that happen, he's not too far back as well. Tries to take advantage and get by Buxar from Luxembourg if he can. The Norwegian for Ward Racing closing in on the back of Guillaume, who was running in P2. There's David Walter, just richens up the mixture. The 125cc engine revving to 16,000 RPM. The kart's still gripped up on a very cold, gripless track here at Lonato. Despite the rubber line, it is still reasonably slippery compared to what we'll have later on in the 2023 season. The 18th season of WSK promotion. 14 events on the calendar, starting right here with the WSK Champions Cup. And of course, the 10th edition of the Italian F4 Championship, presented by WSK Promotion, as Popov up the inside now and takes P4 away from Sata. Nice move from Maximilian. The son of a Top Gun, his father, Mr. Alex, watching on live from Sochi. And the Koski Motorsport cars, 1st, 3rd and 4th. Sata back to P5. There's Bogunovic, William Go. Joel Bergstrom still in P8. Head of Kahan and Stefani. Bravo, Ronnie Stefani. In position 10 from grid 18, ahead of Michaelidis. Weibelhaus, Saltzman, Dubé, Hookland, Yamaoka, and Conrad Lavol, the Dane, the final runner. Thomas Stoltemanis with a 46.9, so he has gone under the 47-second bracket. A 46.924, the gap 9/10 of a second. Unlikely to catch David Walter, who has commanded this race. Just looks over to his mechanic into the grandstand, to the right of your screen, to his left. There's William Go going through. New team for the Filipino, racing with Energy Course for 2023. Bogunovic behind Sata Marcus is in trouble here. The Slovenian might make a move on the Norwegian. The DPK Racing Kart Republic on the back of the Ward Racing Tony Kart into the final hairpin on this lap 13 of 17. Popov has now caught his teammate, Giambutsa. Popov consistently quick, and indeed Sata has been passed. William Go has been caught as well. Three laps remaining at the end of this one, a 46.864 for Thomas Stolchemanis. Still the fastest driver on the circuit. He's looking good for the final this afternoon. That was Ronnie Stefani in the CRG coming down the hill behind Maximilian Kahan. Good performance from Maximilian as well. The Luka Motorsport entry from the Czech Republic with now 3 laps remaining. A 46.8 now for Stolchemanis. He is absolutely flying. He's got the gap down to 0.4 of a second. So Walter, the Great Dane, after commanding this race, he may be in trouble here as well. The Koski Motorsport karts, first, third and fourth, but Stolchemanis has come from the clouds. The WSK Open Cup champion has come from a mile back, well, not literally, probably around about 100 metres or so. He's got the gap down to 0.4 of a second. A 46.8 last time versus 47 dead for David Walter. Butza and Popov. Now it's Popov and Butza. The Russian goes by the Luxembourgish driver, Jan Butza. After that great start, back into position 4. Bugunovic 5. William Go was also gone by Marcus Sata. The Norwegian now leads the Swede, the 2 Scandinavians ahead of Kahan, and Ronnie Stefani, the top Italian in the CRG, rounds out the 10. I can tell you Philip Salzman, he's the fastest in a straight line here at Lonato. The German behind his countryman Finn Wabelhaus in position 13. As Walter now puts in his best lap of the race. The gap still 0.4 of a second on this, the penultimate lap. Bergstrom going through. Surely he won't lose it from here. Stolchemanis is so quick, particularly through the infield, but he's only got 1.2 kilometres to make the pass to win our final pre-final of the morning here at Lonato. Across the line, the gap stays at 0.4 of a second. David has got this under control. Walter should win this. Stolchemanis looks over his shoulder. Look at the Koski Motorsport karts. First, third and fourth. What a performance. The same can be said for Bugunovic. The Slovenian will bring it home in P5. Head of William Go. The Filipino in the second energy kart. Down through the chicane for the final time. Stolchemanis runs wide. He's desperately trying to catch the Danish driver, but he's too far back. It's slight, I won't call it an error. Let's just say he went in very deep. It was spectacular. Loses a 10th and any possibility of taking the win, which now goes to David Walter, who wins our final pre-final of the morning. Stolchemanis 2, Popov 3, Butza 4, Koski Motorsport first, third and fourth. So David Walter wins the pre-final. 0.4 of a second was the advantage in the end. Stolchemanis 2, Popov 3, Butza 4, Bugunovic, Go, Sata, Bergstrom, Kahan and Ronnie Stefani rounds out the 10. That's our final pre-final. Stay with us on WSK.it. The X30 Junior Final in just a moment.